Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into Sunday's episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. I felt like it was a good episode. It felt like a kumbaya type of episode. Everybody wanted to meet up at some kind of lunch or dinner and hash out some issues. And I was kind of over that. I would love to see these ladies if like we can see y'all hash out issues in Potomac. Like when you go to Mexico, I like seeing more of the excursions and the things you all do, the party in the lobby. I want to see you ladies have fun, have a good time. And the conversations were kind of whack to me, but we gonna get into it. You know your girl. I ain't take zero notes, so everything is coming off the dome. Please leave your comments if I miss anything. Please let me know how you felt about the episode, agree or disagree. I love to have a good time in the chat and in the comments. Before we start it all off, let's please remember to like this video. I would really appreciate it. And if it's your first time with your girl, go ahead and hit subscribe. We have a good time over here at Kiss My Cheeks TV. So let's start it off. Up first, the episode picks up where it left off. Karen and Charisse shaking the table. The ladies kind of calm down and they have a conversation. And at the end of it, Charisse called Karen the town drunk and she left rehab and all of this. Look, I'm always on Team Karen. I love the Grand Dame. She's probably out of all of the Housewives franchises, one of the only ones I've actually opened up my pocketbook and supported. Like I bought the La Dame perfume, another thing from her fragrance line. And so I like Karen and I like her perfume. The La Dame, it's my vibe. But I said all of that to say, I agree with Karen and I see where Karen is coming from. Now, I'm going to say this up front, the shaking of the table and the rah-rah of where the argument went was a little bit too much for me. Like it didn't, you could have calmly had this conversation with Cerise and it probably would have went off better for you, Karen, because when you calm and check somebody, kind of like how Candace did Ashley later, but we're going to get to that. It comes off less combative and people don't feel as defensive. But after watching both episodes last week and this week and a little bit of social media, I understand what Karen is trying to say. My mother's funeral is not an end to the group, or not even an end to the group, not an end to my life. When someone says, "Oh, I showed up to your mother's funeral, so I supported you and nobody else on the cast did," maybe no one else on the cast was invited. Mind you, these ladies are co-workers. When the cameras are down, I don't see a lot of these ladies rushing to Karen's house to hang out, period. So thankfully, my mother hasn't passed away, but I know it's a part of life. But if my mother passed away and it was my mother's funeral and somebody showed up, a coworker showed up that I don't mess with, I'm going to have a problem. I'm probably going to have you escorted out because if I don't fool with you, my mother's funeral is probably one of the most vulnerable places I will be. I will probably be the most open, the most raw, and I don't need anybody coming into that kind of space with foolishness. Not saying that's what Charisse was doing, but when you know you don't mess with somebody in that kind of way, I don't feel like the funeral is the place to show up and be like, "I'm supporting you, girl. Look, girl, I was here. I'm supporting you." No, if you come to my funeral, if you come to someone's funeral, I've never been to someone's funeral in my life. I've never been to a funeral and had to any conversation down the line be like, "Girl, I was there for you. I was at so-and-so's funeral." That's not the example I'm looking for. Because to me, when someone passes, showing up to the funeral is probably one of the least things you can do. If you really want to support someone in their grief, you show up to their house, you comfort them, you give them phone calls. If they don't want to be bothered, like I remember when my grandmother passed away, My sister's friends, they door dashed all this food to the house so we wouldn't have to worry about food. Um, People would just send things just so you could feel comforted, and just so while you over here worrying about planning the funeral, you don't have to worry about this. That's what you do when you're supporting someone in their grief. Just showing up somewhere you wasn't invited isn't support. So I'm always on Team Karen, and I understand what Karen means by keep my mother's name out of your mouth. Yes, you might not have technically said Karen's mother's name, but by bringing up, I was at the funeral, that's bringing up my mother. That's touching at my grief. That's hitting a place where I understand how Karen got triggered. Like, Sharice, I don't fool with you. Keep my mother's name out of my mouth. Quit bringing up that you came to the funeral. I don't care. I really don't care. So for that conversation, I'm very much Team Karen. And for the other ladies not to understand that, wait till you get to a place and somebody you don't fool with show up somewhere they wasn't invited, and tell me how you would feel. But see, that's one thing about Potomac. These ladies don't know how to put themselves in others' shoes. Like, they want to be the morality police, say what they would and would not do because they ain't never sat in that situation. But when it is their turn to sit in a situation and they act the exact same way, Robin, they don't see it because they could just, I don't like her, so I can act this way. No, it's all the same situation. But let's fast forward through the night. It seems like that was the same night they were trying to get Mia and Jacqueline to make up, and they was like, look, we're gonna have a private conversation. It looked like it was a party going on in the lobby. Ashley was twerking, Candace was taking shots, Karen was out, everybody was having a good time. I would like to see the party going on in the lobby. I don't care about Mia and Jacqueline and whatever they have going on. But they went upstairs to talk it out. They didn't go anywhere with it. It didn't, like, I said this on Kamisha's channel. If you don't know, I think every Monday or Tuesday we do a panel review on Kamisha Reviews. Please check that out. We have a good time over there. But I believe I said on Kamisha's channel that it seemed like they had a dispute over babysitting. Whatever dispute Mia and Jacqueline had, the way they aired each other out, it didn't equal. Like, I've had friends, and we all have friends, best friends, that tell us their deepest and darkest secrets. And I gotta hurry up with this review because it's thunderstorming outside, and I don't know when the internet gonna go out. So if the internet goes out, y'all, that's what happened. It's thunderstorming. I don't know if you can hear all that rain. But friends fight, friends argue, friends disagree. But we all know that line. We all know I ain't that mad. I ain't about to air them out. It ain't that deep. They might have hit me below the belt. I'm going to take it. We going to make up in a few days anyway. If that's your real friend. If that's your real friend. I've had some people who I thought were my real friends that hit below that belt. And that really hurts. But that also lets me know you were never my real friend. But anyway, for Mia and Jacqueline to throw out, you need some more digs and you need to get off of the married men. It was below the belt. The friendship didn't have to go there. Jacqueline, they didn't apologize to each other. Mia pretty much said, girl, you do sleep with married men. And Jacqueline was like, wasn't Gordon married? Yeah, and I admitted it. I don't care that I slept with a married man. I did it. I own it. The fact that you don't have any, I don't say that you have to be shamed, like you need to hide under a paper bag for the rest of your life. But the fact that you, as a current married woman, don't have any kind of, yeah, I did it and I feel bad, I shouldn't have, but it happened. Like, the way Mia just loves to sit in the bullshit she does, like, it's right. Like, ma'am, yeah, you did it. People do messed up stuff every day. But like, I've done some messed up stuff in my past. Now, I ain't about to air my business out in the street. But when I look back on it, I don't be like, yeah, I did it. So what? I'm like, yeah, I did it and I regret it. I apologize. I wished I wouldn't have done it. But Mia it just kind of seems like she feels good about the messed up stuff she's done. I don't know. I really don't care. People sleep with married men every day. Just don't sleep with my husband. That's it. But a mess. But Mia didn't take it back. Matter of fact, she doubled down. She was like, "Girl, I slept with one married man. You slept with married men, plural. Stop messing with other people's husbands." Now, Jacqueline, if you have, you got that's something you got to check yourself about. And a part of me believes it. Not even a part of me. I believe it because the Mia feel. I feel like Mia wouldn't lie on her friend like that. I feel like Jacqueline, you probably have slept with married men because birds of a feather flock together. Let's move on from Mia and Jacqueline. Up next, Ashley is out on the beach and they doing yoga on the beach. I don't care. I don't care about the yoga on the beach. Fast forward, especially because it was all Giselle. Karen did come out, but Candace came out in a cute swimming suit, and I love that huge white and black hat. Girl, I don't know how much you spent on that hat, but they got that same hat on Shein for about $5 because I saw it last summer, but I didn't get it. But when I go to Mexico this year, 2023, I'm going on Shein and getting that huge black and white hat because I got a cute all black swimming suit. I'm gonna be just like Candace on the beach, popping. I like that hat, Candace. But anyway, after that, they go to, is it called a cenote? Now I am going to Mexico. I believe they were in Tulum. Me and my family, we aren't going to Tulum. We're going to Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta. I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google Puerto Vallarta and see if they have any cenotes because look, I'm so excited for this vacation in November. We're going for Thanksgiving. It's a family vacation. My family, we're all water people. So, no shade to my husband, but he don't know how to swim, so he never likes to do water activities to me. No shade to my football moms, but they don't know how to swim. They don't really like to do all the water activities with me. So, I will be in Mexico with my family. My husband and them will be there too, but my family, where we all know how to swim, where I know everybody will be jumping their asses into that cenote. And so we're gonna have a good time in Mexico. We're gonna get to do all the water excursions I love because my water people, they'll be with me. So I really want to do that. I've never jumped into a cenote before, but I love how clear the water was. I love to snorkel and just put my face in the water and see turtles and see fish. I love doing that kind of stuff. Now, y'all been showing me a lot of sharks lately on the TikTok. I need to quit watching that because I get a little bit scared, but I'm still going to do it. So y'all was up there hollering about mosquitoes and everything else. Jump in the water. The mosquitoes can't bite you if you're in the water. Ashley, bring me on the show next time as your friend. Me and you will do all the water excursions together. I don't be giving a damn about looking cute on the beach. My hair will be in braids and I will be ready to jump in. But the cenote looks fun. Anyway, they go to lunch, and now we have to have another kumbaya conversation. Hey, Ashley, Candace, can you all squash the beef? Now, they went a little bit back and forth, and Candace was like, well, I was just bringing Deborah around because if it was my husband and somebody said my husband was flirting with them, I would like to hear it from the horse's mouth. So, Ashley, you telling me every whore that your husband has had an affair with, you had to go around and hear it from all of their mouths. No, well, I guess you didn't because Michael seemed like he didn't mind telling on himself. But anyway, I don't really believe that because women have intuition. We have intuition and we know about the cheatation before the evidence even comes in our face. So if somebody says something about your husband and your intuition is already telling you that your husband is up to no good, you don't got to hear all the evidence from A, B, C, D. You already know. That's why when you brought it to Candace, her intuition was like, not my man. Not with her. But Candace politely told Ashley this is what Karen should have did. Candace checked Ashley in such a calm and intelligent way that Ashley really didn't have a comeback. She had to go 5 years ago to come back to Candace. Candace said, look, the relationship that you're currently working to get out of was toxic. I ain't in no toxic relationship. I have a man where I don't have to worry about where he's at and what he's doing because I trust him. We don't have that infidelity in our relationship. And she said, I pray that you meet a man where you can feel the same way about him that I feel about Chris. Now, I know I ain't said the exact same way Candace said it, but Candace, that was checkmate because Ashley couldn't say nothing about that. Because how you gonna come back as somebody who said, I pray that you have the same joy and happiness in the future relationship that I'm having right now? You can't really cuss nobody out for saying a little quick prayer for you. I mean, I guess you could, but Ashley had to dig deep down and be like, I received that, but you did make fun of me all those years ago when I was trying to conceive and I had that miscarriage. And I kind of felt like since you having trouble with your little infertility right now, you would apologize. Now, that's a little bit of a checkmate too. That was probably the time when Candace annoyed me the most on this show. When she was worried about Ashley's uterus in every episode. Like, that annoyed the shit out of me. Especially Candace, you're going through the same shots and IVF, even though you're just trying to pull the eggs out and not get pregnant, but you're going through the same process that Ashley was going through, and you drinking. I don't see no sober Candace on my TV while she going through her IVF and stuff. Like, you're still drinking. So what do you... But did Candace apologize? I don't think Candace ever apologized in that scene, but I think they agreed to just, okay, I received that. Let's move forward. Clean slate. Now, I know they said clean slate, but they say this about every other episode. And it is usually Ashley that destroys the slate. She muddies it up. She has to get some get back. She has to be petty. She has to be shady. It usually is Ashley who ruins it, but we will see. I would like to see Candace and Ashley have a truce. Go after Giselle. Like, why are you all wasting time going after each other? But anyway, move on. Moving on. This ain't got nothing to do with you, Giselle. What happened next? Because I done forgot. They had lunch at the cenote. Let's just get to the main event, because if I forgot, that means it wasn't important. So we're at the final dinner, and I thought everyone was going to have good fashions, but there go Giselle in a muumuu. There go Robin with her titties sagging. There go the so-called wannabe Queen of Potomac and her shein. I said, why does Giselle, Charisse, and Robin look a hot ass mess? It's shameful, ladies. Y'all got Jacqueline on the show looking better than y'all. But then again, y'all had a scholar last season looking better than everybody. I don't know. Y'all need to step the fashions up, because the Atlanta girls would never. Kenya, you claim Giselle is your good girlfriend. Why haven't you sent her a stylist? Why haven't you sent her an outfit or two for her birthday? Let's move on. So what really went down at this lunch? Because all I really want to talk about is because Giselle tried to bring up how what Karen was doing, shaking the table, her and Charisse shaking the table, was so uncalled for. It was so uncouth. It was so not the grand dame, and that, Charisse is the real grand dame of Potomac because she brought all the ladies together. Look, I've said it once, twice, maybe 3 times. I'm going to say it again. Just because you bring all the ladies to a circle meeting for Bravo and they put all the ladies on the show doesn't mean people have to kiss your ass forever. I don't always owe you, thank you for giving me on Bravo. Thank you, I owe you my life. You can have my first grandchild. Like, no. All you did was give me an opportunity. And once I tell you thankful, thank you and I show that I'm grateful doesn't mean every time you do some bullshit to me, I'm supposed to turn a blind eye to it because, oh, you got me an opportunity on Bravo. No, no, ma'am, that's not how any of this works. Any of it. And if you look at all these key shows, Mariah, Married to Medicine, gone. Nene, Real Housewives of Atlanta, gone. Um, Melody Holt, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Don't nobody on that shit like her, and they looking for her to be gone. Just because you bring people to a show doesn't mean you all that and that you deserve something. You did a job. Bravo told you, oh, we would like to do a show. Give me some of your friends. And then Karen said at the table, Sharice wasn't even a part of her circle. She was like, I didn't even know Sharice. I just happened to be out. So-and-so said they liked me and I was on the show. And I think that's why Sharice is really mad because Karen got on the show on her own accord. She need to be your friend to get on the show. And then Karen also got on the show and quickly became fan favorite. She quickly became the grand dame. And you quickly became forgotten. I really think that's what it is with Sharice. She's jealous. She's jealous. Hey, Andrew. But anyway, Giselle, you shut up. Just be happy you got a paycheck coming in because child support getting ready to dry up. You need to keep your paycheck. And Robin, you're the main one that needs to shut. I'm not going to curse. I'm not even going to read Robin. If you want to watch me read Robin, you're going to have to go over to Kamisha Reviews because I cut up last night and I should be ashamed of myself. I ain't have to cut up on Robin like that. But Robin irks me because here she go talking about how dare you have an issue with somebody and not want them to be a part of the group just because you have an issue with them. Kind of like how you had an issue with Wendy for no damn reason and she couldn't come to your funky ass little park party. Which to me, Wendy won because she didn't have to waste her gas driving out there. But isn't it kind of like how so-and-so threw a drink at Wendy and you all were cool with it because you didn't like her and still continue to ice her out even though she was the one that salted. But what Karen is doing to Sharice is outrageous. I can't stand Robin. I love every moment of when Karen tells Robin, like your fake ass marriage. Because it's true. It's true. Robin is up here calling everybody a liar. Nobody lies more than Karen. Girl, are you serious? You have been lying for the past 3 years about a wedding that's not going to happen. And then now all of a sudden, oh, my brother-in-law's getting married in Jamaica, so I'm getting married in Jamaica the next day. But can't nobody come. That doesn't make any sense, Robin. Your parents, everybody wants to be there and support you on the day of your wedding. They're already going to be there. You don't have to pay no extra money, but you're telling me everybody's going to fly out for your brother-in-law's wedding, but then the 4 of y'all the next day just going to creep off and say, I do, but y'all already here on the island, but y'all can't come. Do you see how ignorant and dumb you sound, Robin? Do you know how dumb that sounds? Andrew, you can't wait for the reunion. Candace and Wendy are going to light up Gizzard, my dragon, Robert, Robin, and Manly Mia. Mia looks a mess. I've never seen someone come on television and say they had every surgery known to man, but you still look like that. I don't know what you did with your face, but it looks destroyed. I don't even know if it can be fixed. Your ass is still lumpy and you have no hips. The stomach ain't flat. Like you did all the surgery in the world, but you still look like that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be how low they're going to go. I don't know how low they're going to go, but I would like for Candace and Wendy to light them up at the reunion, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Now, last in definitely least, we have to see if Wendy and Mia can make up. And of course they can't. Mia said, look, I ain't sorry. I don't want to apologize for throwing a drink at her. And look, that's one thing I do respect about people. Don't force me to apologize about anything I'm not sorry for. If I'm not sorry, I'm not sorry. And you can't make me be sorry. And I'm not just going to apologize. See, this is why I'm mad, because I was just reading about Stephen A. Smith before I started this video, where he was all up on Sherry Shepherd's show the other day talking about Rihanna ain't no Beyonce. I don't know why they got Rihanna doing the Super Bowl. Beyonce did it better. And now today he on the internet apologizing, probably because Twitter lit his ass up. I can't stand when people do that. Stand in what you meant what you said, Stephen A. Smith. Stand in the fuck shit, because he ain't sorry. And Wendy wouldn't have been sorry. I mean, Mia ain't sorry either. But I already know she gonna I can already tell you how the reunion gonna go. All of them gonna come to the reunion because Twitter done lit their asses up over that water throwing situation. Because I know I lit them up. I even added Robin and Giselle in my light ups. That's how mad I was. But I heard they don't even look at Twitter. But anyway, Twitter lit their asses up. Everybody's going to be at the reunion apologizing, saying what Mia did was wrong and it was unacceptable. And Mia's going to, because see, that's what Marlo just did on Atlanta. And that's why the Atlanta reunion was boring. Every time somebody gets called out, they apologize. So now the reads that Candace and Wendy might have had for them, what we're reading you for, you apologize. I like for don't curse, Angie. I like for people to also not accept apologies, especially when you know the people don't mean them. I like for people who are like, well, bitch, I don't accept. And read. That's what I want to see at the reunion. Ashley admitted on Watch What Happens Live that they tried to ice out Wendy. She didn't have to admit it. My eyeballs told me. We watched the show and saw that. Robin is a hypocrite for trying to force Karen to talk to Charisse, but she's been the one icing out Wendy. Agreed. Look, Robin and Giselle were at this table. Everybody has their turn to put their feet in the fire, and it's your turn to stand in the fire and answer to the group. Okay, I cannot wait. You all don't know how I cannot wait until next season for these cameras to be rolling for, oh, Miss Robin. You might burn at the stake as hot as the fire is that you need to stand in. Because you're going to have to stand up next season and still be unmarried. And you done lied to us all this season. Because I done already seen the pictures of your little brother-in-law's wedding. You wore that ugly ass rainbow dress again. I don't know what made you thought that was cute. But anyway, and you still not married. You done already did Jamaica and all that, and you still not married. I don't care how much you put Mrs. Dixon in your name. Legally, you are MS, not MRS. You're Ms. Dixon. But anyway, oh, and then you got to answer for all the bullshit Juan has done to this basketball team. And see, you and Juan are one of the same. Y'all both like to turn y'all eyes to situations that don't have nothing to do with you, but you could be helpful. Because see, you turned your eyes to the bullshit Mia was doing to Wendy, just like Juan turned his eyes on the student for his little assistant coach. One of the same. Y'all all full of shit. And see, I said I was going to try to stop cursing. Let me hurry up and get to these comments so before I start cursing. Robin is more witchy than usual this season. That's because Robin knows she's boring. Robin and Giselle like to say they don't listen to social media, but they listen. Robin knows she was that close to being fired. But if Monique did not quit, Robin was going to be gone. So she needs to thank Monique so saving her job so she can get a little bit of house that she got. And so Robin has been piping up, but do you notice Robin only pipes up in other people's business? The only thing we know about Robin this season is that she wants Juan to sign a prenup that he has no problem signing because he has no problem not saying I do. Like, I'll sign whatever kind of prenup you want me to sign on this Bravo show because I'm not marrying you. And you want to know the number one reason why I know that man does not love you and does not want to marry you? Because he disrespected you and bought you that giant ass piece of glass to walk around Potomac in, or whatever city y'all live in. I saw a preview of YouTuber Jeremy Speaks that at 9:30 tonight he's going to speak about Giselle dropping a bomb on Candace at the reunion. Like what? Whatever Giselle says, I'm not going to believe, especially about Candace and especially about Chris. The way these ladies tried to destroy this man's character this season, I'm not going to believe it. Giselle going to have to show me video footage. And I still might not believe it because people know how to do a lot with videos. Like, don't get me started with Giselle. Giselle, I'm telling you all, this show is going the way of Real Housewives of Atlanta way sooner than it has to. Like, Atlanta is on season 15. We expect these ladies to be boring by season 15, but it's only season 7, and you all are still up to the same games. The same games. And it's so easy to see. It's so easy to see that you all sit in the back room and say, okay, let's gang up on Karen. Okay, we couldn't get Candace. Let's get Karen. Oh, we couldn't get Karen. Let's go back to Candace. Let's try Wendy. Robin was more wicked this season because Wendy hit a nerve when she dragged her last season. That's not true. Yolanda is true, but it's not true because Karen has been dragging her with that same line. Karen said it before Wendy. Karen told Robin way before Wendy, that's why you ain't getting married. Your wedding is fake. You ain't got no relationship to care about. Karen said it first, but why she's holding on to because Wendy said it, I don't know. And Karen has been saying it all this season too. Like, every time I turn on the episode, Karen making fun of Juan and Robin not getting married. I wonder what was the so-called bomb. I can't imagine. Candace is winning. Because at the end of the day, Candace can leave Bravo. She still has a master's degree in business administration. She's still an excellent actress. I've said that about Candace. I like her acting way more than her singing. But even though Candace wants to be a singer, she's still successful in that. She's going on many tours and people are buying her albums, or at least giving them spins for streaming. So Candace is winning. It's nothing Giselle's miserable, wrinkled neck ass could say to Candace that I think would have Candace pressed. Nothing. So it probably will backfire. It's probably going to be some rehearsed read, kind of like how Phaedra rehearsed that read for Kenya, even though that was a good read, but Giselle isn't as well spoken as Phaedra. Oh, I've been shading Robin about that ring for the longest. Because I will never forget the episode. Because I was like, are you serious? Where he comes and get this Portia Williams size diamond. Because you know Portia's diamond is real. This Portia Williams size diamond. And Giselle was like, and Juan is like, I got $6,000 for the ring. That's my budget. That's a very reasonable price for an engagement ring. Like, that's not cheap. $6,000 is not cheap. And Giselle goes, well, why don't you just get her a Morganite? Like, she don't even like diamonds anyway. I'm like, Giselle, you a fucking lie. I don't know a woman on this planet that will want to walk around with a $6,000 piece of glass on their ring. I mean, on their finger. I don't have my wedding ring. I don't have my ring on. Instead of a reasonably priced diamond. Even Candy, because remember, Todd didn't have all the money that Candy had when they first got married. And Candy was like, get me what you can afford. Whatever you get me, I will love. That's how I know it's some bullshit. A man would never, ever. Now, it's some people. I'm not going to shade nobody with their Cuban zirconians. It's some people in this world that can only afford, a little $400, $500 cubic zirconian ring, and that's all right. But you're not going to spend $6,000 on a piece of glass. That I don't respect at all. He could have got her a really nice wedding ring for $6,000. He don't love you, girl. Even Cynthia was more interesting than Robert. I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna. Cynthia might be more interesting now, but she's not going to speak about why she left Mike Hill. She could have stayed out in LA or Lake Bailey. I really don't care. But at least Cynthia going to give us some fashion. If Cynthia don't do nothing else, she going to give us a good wig, a good beat, and a good gown. Even if she just sit in the scene and look cute, that's what models are supposed to do. I mean, there's no desire to Robin and Giselle at all. Like, we're supposed to be looking beyond the gates, looking at shit we can't afford, looking at some outfits we desire to want to wear because we don't want to spend $5,000 on a look. But I'm looking at Robin and like, the shit in my closet look better than that. I agree with you about Giselle. She has a dark soul. Giselle has a very dark soul. Giselle is a very and see, Giselle is the example of hurt people hurt people. Giselle is very hurt. She's probably never gotten over the embarrassment and hurt of her life. And so she loves to embarrass and hurt other people. Giselle is very dark. I don't even see how Giselle was ever sitting in the front pew of anybody church. Same with Shawnee O'Neal. I don't see it, but this ain't got nothing to do with Shawnee. Let's move on. I think Potomac will burn out before it hits season 9. I agree. I agree. Unless they bring in new people. They need to recast. They have to get rid of Robin. They have to get rid of Robin. And even though Mia comes with salacious conversations, they need to get rid of Mia because all she does is lie. People like Giselle for whatever reason. I'm a Karen fan. And who else is left? Wendy. They have to get rid of Wendy. Wendy doesn't bring anything to the show, and unfortunately, no one likes her. I'm going to fight for you, Wendy. But unless they can get rid of two people like Mia and Robin and bring in some people that maybe Wendy likes, so the sides of the show is fair. Because everybody making Giselle the head woman in charge and bowing to Giselle, like Giselle has the worst life on the show. Because at least, even though Juan may not want to marry Robin, at least she could claim him as a man. Like Giselle has nothing. But Wendy did hit that. She did hit that nerve. I agree that Candace and Wendy are winning. I agree. Wendy has so much to live for and so much going for herself. Like, even when they were at the table and she was like, if you're just jealous of my life, say it. And I believe that's what it is with Mia, because Wendy has the lifestyle that Mia has, but she didn't have to lay on her back to get it. She went to college, got however many degrees that she wants to have, and she can afford to put herself in a position in a higher position in life and not rely on her husband. And her husband can build together. Where you, Mia, were required to pop pussy in the sand, watch your man have sex with other women, have threesomes with your best friend. You were required to do every freaky desire of that man's dream just so you could be elevated. And for a woman who doesn't, for to me, that's something to be jealous of. I got to sit up here with G, his 70-year-old ass, and she got a fine ass 30-year-old man breaking her back every night. I can very much see Mia being jealous of Wendy. Not everybody got to lay on their back to get it. Mm-mm. One can get a nicer ring or less for six. Look, I ain't even gonna tell y'all the budget my husband had me on for my ring, and my ring is very nice. But of course, the man buys the ring, and he said, "This how much you got to spend. Whatever you want in this jewelry store, you can have for this." And it wasn't even $6,000. And I ain't wearing it right now, but I have a really nice ring. Cynthia was more interesting. Yeah, because Cynthia used to hit with some good reads, win a case. I love when she told Phaedra to win a case. You said recast everybody, Yolanda. You know what? They could. They could fire half of the cast and start over. They would have to keep Karen and Giselle just because they're the OGs. And for whatever reason, people like Giselle. But I would fire her ass too. But I feel like a number of people would quit watching if it was just like Candace and Karen were the only two kept, because for whatever reason, it's a huge group of people that hate Candace. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why they hate Candace. Like, she can be annoying, but I don't understand why people don't hate Giselle. I don't understand how Giselle has a fan in this world. I agree. Scrap the gizzard. I don't know who Fatback Chi Chi is. That must be Sharice. Sharice ain't even on the show to be scrapped. She been scrapped. And Robert. I'm telling you, get rid of Mia too. We don't need liars. Bring all wealthy women. Yes, bring in people with money. That's what they need to do on all of these shows. But see, I feel like people that have real money don't want to be a part of this mess. But they need to at least bring in people that got enough money to pretend, not people who desperate to be on this show so they can have a house and get out of an apartment. Get off of Robin, Angie. Get off of Robin. I just dislike Robin. I dislike Robin and Giselle very much. Yes, congratulations, Candace and her 2 degrees. Wendy cleared Mia. She was like, "Do you know what assault is? Do I got to tell you the definition?" And Wendy's husband is actually a lawyer. He is. Eddie is a lawyer. Me neither, but Candace does read the girls. Candace has to stay. Candace does have to stay because they need somebody to have a good confessional. Maybe they can fire everybody but Candace and Ashley to keep the show young, because you got to think, I don't know, I can't speak for Karen. I'm not close to 60, so I don't know the feeling. But I would think as I approach 60, I don't want to be involved in the bullshit of these ladies having to sit up and argue and fuss and fight and have my blood pressure going up, shaking tables. I don't know. But I would, because see, I'm 44. And I'm at that point in my life now. I don't like to be around confusion. If you with a lot of rah-rah, a lot of mess, you like to do a lot of gossiping, you don't really see me in the mix of that. Now I do. Now celebrity gossip is different. I do like to go on Instagram and Twitter and look at the celebrity gossip, but in my real life, I don't do a lot of that. I don't care what so and so is doing. I don't care who slept with who. Now, my mama might tell me some good gossip, but that's different. But for the most part, I like a stress free life. And I feel like Karen should be at that point where I would be tired of argue, fussing, and fighting with these ladies. Maybe they need to fire everybody but Ashley and Candace, because Ashley and Candace know how to get it popping. Bring in a younger crowd, people more in their 30s and 40s. And let's start this Potomac thing back up. Maybe bring a scholar back. Maybe bring a scholar back. Yes. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Oh, yeah. hmm Ashley is a snake, and I'm glad Candace elegant elegantly checked her about her relationship. She sure did. Do y'all really think Ashley getting ready to leave Michael? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I'm telling you, I moisturize every day, twice a day. I moisturize in the morning and I moisturize at night. I try to drink as much water as I can. I don't exercise as much as I should. Like, I might go once a week. I'm really trying to go 3 to 4 days a week, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. But I got to get into the mental space where it's not about if you feel like it, it's just you got to do it. But for the most part, I moisturize and I drink a lot of water, and I just need to get my exercise back up to the 3 to 4 days a week. You said nope, she need that Darby money. I agree. Because Ashley started this season talking about her divorce, and now she's talking about, oh, me and Michael were still holding hands and we're still doing this. And I'm like, she ain't about to leave that man. I told y'all a couple of videos ago, I don't think Ashley left Michael. I think Michael left Ashley. I think Michael said, oh, you really want to be Betty Homemaker, and I'm ready to hit the streets and get it popping with these threesomes. We got a nanny, and Ashley said no. And so Michael said, peace. I'm in my last years. I want to live my best life. You don't want to? Peace. I don't know. I don't care. Ashley, you probably can do better without Michael, and you have the Bravo money. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you. Black don't crack, but I ain't got as much melanin as everybody else, so I really got to moisturize. I moisturize really hard. Let me shut up. Let me shut up and get out of here before I say something crazy. But I appreciate y'all. That was Real Housewives of Potomac this week. I'm getting ready. It's almost time for the challenge to come on. Yes, I'm getting ready to watch the finale of The Circle. Those reviews will be tomorrow night. If you missed it earlier, I'm doing a 30-day series called Confessions of a Shopaholic, where I'm kind of doing this 30-day self-help book to help me with my shopping addiction. It's very raw, and it's very me sitting in a vulnerable place. Even though people be like, oh, girl, it's just a shopping addiction. Like, my shopping is really out of control. So I'm starting this series called 30 Days of a Shopaholic, hoping this book will help me. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to have to go sit down on somebody's couch and work this out. I don't know. Yes, we do love melanin. We do. That's why I miss the summertime. I miss the sunshine. I love getting a nice tan on this skin. Like, I feel a little bit too bright. I like being a nice caramel brown shade. So I can't wait till the summertime to get me a tan. But yes, we love us some melanin over here. But I'm about to go. So again, tomorrow night, I will probably do The Circle and the challenge tomorrow night, because Friday nights I'm on Kamisha Reviews, Ready to Love panel. So Friday nights are going to be Ready to Love panel. And then every day for the next 30 days are my Confessions of a Shopaholic. And I hope it helps you all. If anything, it's going to help me. I want it to help me. So you all have a great night. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm almost at 1,000. I'm really, really, really pushing. I appreciate all of you all's support of my channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay? Have a good one, y'all. Bye.